Steve, say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
That is Steve's car right there. That 57 Chevy, and I'm gonna let him tell us about it. You willing to tell us about it?
Yeah.
Let's walk over here by the car when we do this.
Yeah, I bought this car close to a year ago.
I want to see you in the car. We don't want to leave the car out.
Well, this car was sitting up underneath a race car and had oil all over it and stuff, and had to wipe the oil off of it before I could even really look at it. So anyway, I ended up buying it from him, and all I did was clean it up real good, buffed it twice. I used some wet paint glaze, this new kind of wax that you can put on there, and man, you can see it shined up pretty good. Got a 396 motor, came out of a 68 Camaro. It's got a 700 R4 transmission with a 355 gear. It runs pretty good, got a lot of torque, but it's just about the only thing I know that everything works on it. Air conditioning, power steering, power disc brakes, everything works great.
Yeah. Tell me about your interior, because I couldn't help but noticing. You walk on around there. I want you in here, but I want the car in here too. But I couldn't help notice when I walked by it yesterday. I was thinking, man, that interior is beautiful.
I'm not really sure who did the interior. It was like that whenever I got it. Just had to clean it up a lot. Bought some floor mats and stuff to go in here, and
oh, that is a beautiful car. Look at all that chrome. So you say this is not a Nomad? It's a
two-door handyman wagon.
Handyman, but it's got the. Now, is this the Nomad chrome on the back, or did you add it, or was that just something that? Because I didn't think a handyman would have that.
It don't. It's the handyman had a big V right here.
Yeah.
And this way it was whenever I bought it.
Okay.
It looked like they cut this one and shortened it.
Yeah.
And
so the handyman also had like one piece of chrome that came down, and it didn't have this.
The Bel Air chrome, all this was added to it.
Yeah.
But I thought it would look great on here, so I ain't no way I'd take it off. I just
look at this. That's all chrome plated up around your thing back here. That's just
real nice. It's got the spare tire, everything's up under on the inside.
I'm gonna just close your door because I don't want somebody to. Dang, that was my fault. I left that open.
The bumper needs to be re-chromed. I'll do that a little bit later, but other than that, it's a pretty nice little car.
In my world, that bumper's fine.
It's just got some chrome kind of wearing off of it.
Yeah.
No telling how long this paint's been on this car, but
that's hard to imagine that you were able to clean that paint up that well.
Yeah, it kind of amazed me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not a perfect car. It's got a few little dings in the molding here and there, but this car's probably been built quite a while.
Well, when you say it's not a perfect car, I mean, to me, a perfect car is one you can jump in and drive without having to worry about it. Like some are you might call them perfect, but you're afraid somebody might lean up against it, and this sounds like a car you can jump in and drive and go anywhere you want to, anytime you want to.
I believe I wouldn't be afraid to go anywhere in it, really.
And you're even talking about getting ridiculous good gas mileage with that big 396.
It surprised me. It's I checked it twice, 16.8 one time, 16.9 another. That was a little bit on 85 on the expressway, and then the rest of it was like from Brazelton all the way down to Covington, going back roads.
And you're getting that kind of mileage with like a 355 rear end.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's got some 295 50s on the back.
Yeah.
You can see it's got mini tub, but the mini tub, you can't hardly tell it.
No, you can't. Wow. I just think that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got the vintage air and all in here.
How do you like that vintage air?
It works pretty good for it. I had a little trouble when I first got it. The heat didn't want to work.
Right.
Then I found out the heat control valve, the little cable was off of it, so that was an easy fix on that.
Well, that would do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about putting air on that Studebaker, but there's no insulation, and I'm wondering if it would even do me any good in there, because basically I'm driving around on a tin box,
Yeah, you get some of that uh, stuff you can put under the carpet, in the doors and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That would insulate it real
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, but I feel a little bit of heat coming up through this one.
Yeah.
That don't really have great insulation in here.
Yeah.
I was gonna get some to go under my carpet.
Yeah. That's that. I know I've done.
Type.
Yeah, I've done different things in the floors of them before, but I think the one I did under that Rambler was white and like foam. It was like foam. What am I trying to say? Foil. But
Yeah.
it was white or something like that.
Yeah, this, I don't know what they put under here, but it's kind of like a bubble kind of stuff
Yeah.
under it. Yeah, like I said, this car's not perfect. It has a little bitty place, with the tinted on the windows. And,
I got buddies that do cars from all over the country because of the YouTube thing, and they all say they don't want to do a station wagon because it's so much top and so, so hard to get all the bumps and make them pretty because you got a lot of metal there that really has to.
I've been on the ladders and did all the top of this thing, and I have not seen the first little wave on this.
Isn't that something? A lot of times, you got one like this, and some bunch of kids have been jumping up and down on it, or who knows what, or somebody throwing something on top of it to carry it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. The man said whenever I bought this car, he said, "Now when that gets down a quarter of a tank," he said, "you better get some gas or you're gonna run out." So anyway, I had a new sending unit put in.
Yeah.
So it I don't know if it's, I'm afraid to let it go.
Yeah.
But when they get down close to a quarter tank, I went to fill it up.
Yeah. Well, I had a '62 Corvette when I was a kid, and I ran out at a quarter of a tank one time, and that's all it took. After I did that one time, I knew better. Never did let it go down like that.
Yeah, I had a '65 Corvette, which I still had it. It was original fuel injection car. It had little cross flags and stuff on the side that said fuel injection.
Well, there was.
And but that thing kept giving so much trouble. Me and my father, we just took that intake off, put a 4-barrel carburetor on it, never had any more problem out of it.
Yeah.
I went in the Marine Corps. When I was in the Marine Corps, my father painted the car for me. I didn't know he was going to paint it, but when I got home one time, I can't remember where I came back from, but anyway, I came back home and he had painted it for me. And my brother goes, "Daddy's been scratching wheels." And they said, "You're telling on me." He said he was over there spinning the tires.
Oh yeah. About that.
But anyway, I sold that car. I sold it to what? Big Boy Toys in Marietta.
Yeah.
And I pulled up in that parking lot, and everybody saw those fuel injection emblems on that thing. They come running out there and say, "Let's see that fuel injection." Not on there anymore. I didn't care. That thing just. Yeah, those little things back then, you had to have somebody who knows how to work on those things.
That's really true. Yeah. I sold my Corvette for $350.
So,
But it was back when you could buy one for that.
well, I bought my '65 Corvette. I mean, the paint didn't look real bad on it.
Uh-huh.
I bought it for $2,500,
Wow.
and so my father painted it for me. When I got back home, he kept saying, "I'd sell that car. I'd sell that car." I listened to him, and I sold it for $3,500.
That's what my dad did. That he said, "You're married now, and you got a baby coming. You need to get a car with a back seat." And had an uncle had a Cadillac. He says, "You need to sell that and buy that Cadillac." Well, it was the biggest piece of junk I ever bought. That Cadillac had cracked head on it, and it was overheating, and it was a horrible car. But I never got my Corvette back.
Of course, all that's back in the middle '70s.
Yeah, back then it was, you could buy one for that. I think I bought it for like $300, and I sold it for like $350.
Like I had a '68 Camaro. I used to drive back and forth to school. I bought it for $300.
Oh, I did that. I had a '67, one of those rally sports with the stripe around the hood and all that, and sold it for $350 to a kid. It had the 350 horse 350 with the quadrijet on it. Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. Yeah, it's just beautiful every way. I'm glad I got to meet you. I appreciate you letting me look at your car and showing the YouTube world out there and everything.
Glad to.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
I turn this off now and you can be normal.